get that internet back up, the other one?
No, go ahead. I'm
Okay.
good.
All right. So I believe that we are live here. So while I'm waiting for everyone to let us know if we have any audio issues, stuff like that, there's always something going on here. I'm going to remind everyone to go to hankstrange.com, right? You guys, you already know it's coming. You already know it's coming. Go to hankstrange.com, sign up for the email list, see all the different things we have going on there. We point you to all the different platforms we're on. We've got Lola's deals on there. Lola is posting daily deals on there. There's links to our merch, including Ballistic Ink, where you can get the Gun Nerd shirt, or you could get the new Hank Strange blaster logo. All of that kind of stuff is over there. You can also get the broadcasting logo, which is for this channel here. So there you go. Oh, look at that. Richard Hughes has a patch. You could buy patches right now. The patches are available also on the website. Very easily you can buy them. So, oh, look at that. The EDC guy has a patch. Tyven Show, where's your patch? Where's your patch? I know you should have an old school patch. Let's
Oh, I got Walter Keller pig.
Oh, that's not the Walter Keller pig. All right, listen. Let's get this going here. Let's get the show going here. I'm gonna drop the open.
Welcome back to the
Boom!
Hank
All
Strange
right.
situation.
Make sure you guys
Lifestyles of the
subscribe,
locked and
thumbs up,
loaded.
ring the bell so you can be notified every time we go live. If you don't know, this is how we do it. Come on with the jazz hands, people. There you go, everybody doing the jazz hands. I hope you got your big girl panties on. It's Thursday. I'm gonna try to act like it's Friday, just because.
There you
There
go.
you go. Uh,
Hey, quick question.
oh,
Is
Lola
it
said
hankstrange.com or is it hankstrangetv.com?
no. It's hankstrange.com. We don't use hankstrange.tv or whatever that was. We don't use that. It's
Okay.
hankstrange.com. Lola said we can't act like it's Friday. By the way. Oh, look, Richard Hughes has the old school patch. What? Richard Hughes. That's the evil red skull. That is a classic. That is a classic. I don't know how many people have those out there, but damn, Richard Hughes, you get all the props. You get all the
This
props.
is the one that
Oh,
I got from you.
look at that. And Tyven has the green one. Wow. Okay,
Yeah.
awesome,
I
awesome.
actually
Proud
have
of
this
you.
one posted on my wall too, man.
Yeah.
So I got them all hung up.
Yeah, also I know you guys are ride or die. You guys are ride or die. Okay, so we have a great show. This is episode 529 of the Who Moved My Freedom podcast. We have the EDC guy. We've got Flying Rich. We've also got the Tyven Show coming with Tyven Show's beating you on the patch game, Richie. He's beating
Yeah.
you on the patch game. Yeah, don't ever. Don't. Oh, now Richard's pulling. Okay, this is gonna get crazy. But we do have the EDC guy joining us for the first time. Thanks for joining us. The show is brought to us by Walther Arms. Thanks to the Walther guys for supporting us here. A friend of mine actually lent me, what is it? The CCP, the new 380 Walther. I think it's the CC. I think it's the CCP, the new 380 Walther that's out there. So I'm gonna be doing a video on that. EDC guy, what can we call you? Should we just call you the EDC guy?
Yeah, you could call me the EDC guy, or you could just say Ron.
Oh,
The
okay.
EDC guy.
Big E.
Yeah, I think you're
Big E.
big. I think you're
Big.
frozen. I think you're frozen here on the screen. I don't know if that's me. Let me see what's going. Yeah, it looks like your camera's frozen.
It's frozen.
Yeah,
Oh
we can
man.
hear you, but which is fine. Which is fine. Take your time, get that worked out. Okay, so we can call you Ronald. You said right?
Yeah.
All right.
It's fine.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay, there we go. We can see you now. I can see you moving
All
around.
right.
I can see you moving around. And so the EDC guy has a book. If you can see it right there on the shirt, so it should make it easy for me to remember. Erica's Big Day. Hold on, let's go full screen right here. There you go. Erica's Big Day is the book that's out. You guys need to get. Where can they get it from, man?
www.ericasbigday.com.
Okay.
There's a book right here.
And what is this book about? Written by Ronald Scipio Jr. Awesome. Very
All
cool.
right. The book is about unattended firearms.
Mhm.
It's addressing the issue of, just firearms laying around. It could be in the park. It could be at home. Just getting children to understand what they should do if they're confronted with issue of an unattended firearm.
Okay.
Uh, And basically, Erica, she's a superhero, and she's going throughout the book saving her friends to help them make it to see their big day.
Oh, very cool. Okay, I think that's personally, I think that's a cool idea. We'll get these guys here to chime in and let us know what they think. Either one of you guys, have you heard of this book, Tyven, Richard Hughes?
No,
No,
sir. I'm going to have to check it out.
Yeah. Go ahead, Richard. What were you saying?
But when I started getting into firearms, first thing I did is show my daughter the gun, how to check if it's cleared, to treat it as though it's loaded and ready to go bang all the time. And pretty much what he's saying in the book, that if you see a gun, don't touch it, tell an adult. If you're somewhere where kids are and they're playing with a gun, leave, call us.
Yeah,
We'll
get
pick
away,
you
move
up.
away from there. Yeah.
I'm sure the book goes better into that than I would. But
Yeah, we'll get into it with Ronald about all of that. Yeah, and I think we even need to reiterate that. Even like my kids are, early 20s, so I'm still telling them, you see someone with a gun, stay away from that person. Okay, move away, get out of the line.
Absolutely.
Actually,
And
I think it's a pretty good deal for you to come out with this book and the podcast tonight, because with everybody staying home and with all the conspiracy theories, whatever have you, that's out there, it's time to have that discussion with your children, because with the potential of what's going on, I'm not trying to get into conspiracy theories or anything, but it's a good time to have that discussion.
Yeah.
If somebody comes into the house and you happen to see, me wink and we're in trouble, and if your child is old enough that you can trust him or her to handle a firearm, that might save the day.
Yeah. Also,
Right.
there's a lot of, with what's happening with everyone panic buying firearms right now. There's going to be millions of Americans out there that are just going out and buying guns. Which, hey, look, it's great. Guns are a gateway drug to freedom, awesomeness. But not everyone is exactly understanding what you need to do to make sure those things stay safe and all that kind of stuff. So I want to remind everyone to smash the thumbs ups out there. Okay, we appreciate that. Smash those thumbs ups. If you're watching us, if you're here with us right now, smash the thumbs ups. Ronald, why don't you tell us this? I think the folks have seen Richard Hughes, and of course they've seen the Tyven show before. Why don't you tell us who you are, how you started doing all of this, how you came to write the book, etc.
Okay, so, I'm here in Miami, Florida, and, I started, number one, my passion for firearms came from just being a father and wanting to protect my children. I had it on one of my podcast episodes, like maybe about 2 years ago, where I talk about just the home invasions that was just going on around that time, around 2007, 2008. And I mean, these were like vicious, like home invasions going on. And I just looked and I was like, man, I don't know what I would do if something happened to my children, my family. I want to be able to protect them. So, friends of mine, they introduced firearms to me, and it was love at first shot. So from there, I just started learning. I took a liking to, precision shooting. My first firearm was actually a Ruger Mini 14. These guys, when they did their home invasions, they were coming in like 8 people deep, and I did something I think that was gonna, if that should ever happen, God forbid, I had that stopping power and that impact to prove a point,
Yeah. So at the time when you were getting into this, this was happening in Miami?
Yes,
Okay.
it was. They even had some stories out in the Redlands, like Homestead area, where they actually caught some guys because they were that was their thing. And they used like helicopters, night vision, or thermal to catch these guys. They baited them in and they took them down. And if I'm not mistaken, there was some happening in the Palm Beach area as well.
Yeah. I think we've got home invasions going on all over the country. And I'm not sure what the stats are. We'd have to look at the stats. Maybe in certain cities, especially when they tend to be very liberal cities that try to put restrictions on people owning guns, and on the Second
Yeah.
Amendment, that kind of stuff gets worse. Because I live out in the country, and I don't think you want to roll up on your neighbor to surprise them, even.
No, that's not a good idea.
Yeah, you might want to give your neighbor a call. It's it's a good thing. Save
Always
yourself.
call if you show up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's funny you say that, Hank. With everything that's going on, I've actually went over to my neighbors and told them, hey, if you have a home invasion, text, call, flash a light over my house, whatever. If you have the chance to make that signal, that distress signal, hey, I'm right over, and it's vice versa. That we've actually had a rash of break-ins and things going around in my area right now, and
Just let the folks know where.
around in the morning.
Right, just let the folks know where you're at. I know someone out there was asking where Ronald is. He's in Florida. He's in Miami, so South Florida. Just tell the folks where you're at, Tyvin.
I'm in southeastern Ohio.
Okay, southeastern Ohio. So what do you?
Yep.
Let's kind of stick to that whole subject. Richard Hughes, where you're at you're also in Florida? Do you worry about home invasions there?
So yes and no in two things. The interesting thing is Tyvin's town geographically is probably more from, like I'm 20 minutes from downtown Palm Beach. I'm in Jupiter Farms, which is the redneck part north edge of Palm Beach County. So the minimum piece of property here is like an acre and a quarter. So Hank, I'm probably not too different than where you are, except you got like 5 acres. But being that everybody has guns out here, because we're known as rednecks, I got a former sheriff 2 houses down. I got an Iraq veteran 3 houses down. Nobody's coming down our block.
Yeah.
Or if they are, they made a big mistake. They don't know.
Yeah, I think there's certain things that make that. And listen, I'm not trying to say that none of us are guaranteed safety, right? The right circumstances and all that. Regardless of where you're at, people could try to roll up on you. You should always be prepared for that situation. Let me see. Okay, Lola she put in the chat links to the book, Ronald. Just wanted to let you know that. So the book can only be bought through that website?
Yes. So I'm doing everything. I'm packaging them up. I'm shipping them, slapping the
True
labels.
entrepreneur.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. What does the book cost?
The book cost is $25. That's including the shipping.
Okay. Oh, including shipping. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah. And so you're doing everything. You wrote the book. Did you do the artwork and all that kind of stuff, or you got someone?
Well, I have an illustrator. She's on our team. She helped me develop. I had the stick figures going on, but she helped me develop Erica. My daughter was the inspiration behind that.
Okay, cool.
And she's on board. We're working on animation as well. We dropped the animation not too long ago with the book. So
okay,
yeah,
very cool. And how long is the book? Like, how many pages is it?
The book, just the inside pages, is 48 pages long.
48 pages. Okay, cool. That's good. All right, we'll get into it more here as we go along. I've got a bunch of different things going on here. Elfster's Rifles and Reloading says, expect to see next 22 LR unobtainium apocalypse to happen for the rest of 2020. Just like 2018, I'm calling it right now. Elfsters, we already called it.
Already, when that happens, man, I'm always like throwing in my 22 orders.
Yeah, I still got my 22 LR from the 3rd grade, son.
Yeah.
Oh, look, now Richard Hughes is showing off his 22 LR. Okay, all right, Richard. Okay, fine. All right, there you go. Congratulations to you, Richard Hughes. Let's do this before we get deep into this right now. Like I said, I'm going to remind everyone, smash the thumbs ups. let's go around. So I'm going to start with Richard Hughes. In your neck of the woods, Richard Hughes, what are gun stores looking like over there right now with everything happening?
So
Let's get an update.
I dropped by my local guy in Jupiter Farms here, and he said easily his business has doubled. He's going to be out. He had a good stock of ammo. He said in 3 days he's going to be out. He's got more coming in.
Okay.
He had a whole bunch of people in the shop purchasing firearms. Like seemed like first-time purchasers. So yeah, he said business has easily doubled. Which good for him.
Yeah. Do you know what are they selling out of in the store?
So when I was there, somebody bought a tactical pump-action shotgun. It seemed like other people were waiting for the background checks to go through. The electronic background check is a little slow because of all the checks. So I didn't get a detailed of, hey, what are you selling? What's going on? He said he was out of a lot of ammo. So, and again, because there were a bunch of people, I didn't get, to chit-chat them up too much.
Okay, cool. Let me go then to Tyven.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's it looking like in your neck of the woods? So by the way, Richard Hughes, he's in the West Palm Beach area. Jupiter Farms, right? Jupiter Farms, I think.
Jupiter Farms, yeah.
Yeah. For anyone who wants to know, Tyven, you're in Ohio, and what part of Ohio are you in again?
It's in Somerset, Ohio, but it's southeastern Ohio.
Southeastern. So what's the gun store situation in your area?
Well, I posted a couple of things on Instagram, and you'd commented on them. My dad was up from Florida there last week, and I took him to an indoor gun range. And when all this was getting ready to, when all this went down, we actually have a family friend that actually works at that gun store. And the day after we were there, it got swarmed. They sold every rifle and gun except for one pistol, and sold every box of ammo that was in it. So I've got Advance Outdoors. It's about an hour from me, and it was packed. People was going in, and they're exercising their rights, and it's a good thing. And I talked to a couple of the older guys, and I talked to a couple, I don't know if you want to call them young bucks, and everybody's like, look, just safety, and I might not be able to get what I want, but or what I can afford, but I'm going to have something to protect because everybody, not to get into conspiracy theories, whatever, but, people are wanting things. And I looked around at a couple of the other gun stores that's in my area, I actually went there, and they're selling out of guns, out of ammo, and people are buying crossbows and bows and arrows and compound bows and, survival knives, just, anything. Yeah. And it's a little scary, but it's nice to know that, what's going on. That's why I talked earlier about going and talking to my neighbors. Hey, if you see a vehicle that's in my driveway and you've never seen that vehicle before, shoot a text. If I don't answer your text within 5 minutes, hey, come lock and load it. As long as they're, knock on the door.
Yeah.
It's a neighborly thing. It's a family thing. I got a pretty small neighborhood, but my best advice for people right now is just be aware of your surroundings. If you're going and getting up to work in the morning and you're going to work, sit in your driveway an extra 5 minutes before you pull out. See if somebody's casing, if the same car loops by 3 times, hey, that's something that you should, notice. Right. So just be aware, cautious, be safe, but be aware.
Let me ask you this question. Are we in full panic mode like that right now? Or are you just in your usual situational awareness?
Maybe a little bit more situational awareness,
okay.
not panic. It kind of threw me for a loop when I started seeing all the stores, the shelves being emptied. Everybody saw those pictures. But then I got to thinking about it. Well, if all the schools are closed for the rest of the area, well, they're closed the rest of the year in my area. All right, so people are actually taking responsibility of their family and their kids. They might have a quick snack or something for breakfast, and then lunch and dinner, and then we have supper.
Yeah.
So if these kids aren't in school, well, they're just buying extra food to feed their families. Yeah, they might have got that little extra bread or that extra can of corn or the extra 2 or 3 pounds of hamburger or whatever. But they doubled their food costs because their kids are home.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So
yeah, but
it was kind of those. Which one do you really accept? Is it a panic, or are they just trying to be responsible adults and take care of the kids?
Yeah, go ahead, Ronald. I think you were trying to get in here and say something.
Yeah, kids, they eat a lot, man.
Yeah.
At age they consume, man. Like, they have no discretion.
Food monsters, that's good. They're growing bones and all that kind of stuff. Let me just say this. I know that, yes, it's true. There are a lot of kids staying home. Those kids have to eat and all that kind of stuff. I think what's happening right now is they're trying to slow this thing down by getting people off the streets as much as they can. But from just what I've seen, people are still out there. There's still people driving around. People still have to go to work, especially like Lola works in the healthcare industry. She works at a hospital. She's going to work every day. There's other people that are out there going to work every day. Stores aren't closed. They may be limiting their hours. Some places are limiting how many people can go into stores. Lola and I didn't see that this morning. We were like running around. Not really. A lot of this stuff we've already done, but we, just taking a look at what's going on and running a few errands. But that is not a sustainable thing. This may go on for a few weeks, but I don't think that people can really shelter in place like this for that long of a time. And I think there's a psychological element as well to what the government's doing here, and they're really getting everyone freaked out, and that's not going to last forever before people start going, hey, what's going on here? So
yeah, really going on?
Yeah, exactly. What's really going on? So obviously we want to slow this thing down. At the same time, there's a little bit of pushing going on here, and I don't know how long that's actually going to go on. But I don't really see this getting to apocalyptic state. I mean, the highways are still open. There's plenty of gas. Gas is cheap as all get out right now.
99 cents a gallon.
Jeez, 99 cents. When is the last time? I had no gray hairs the last time there was friggin' 99 cents a gallon gas.
99 cents a gallon here.
Yeah.
The gas station. The two that did it sold out within an hour.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is be aware, be prepared. Do not panic. Do not drum yourself or hype yourself up into a state of panic and stress, okay? Try not to do that, because that's not going to help you if you get sick either. That might help make you get sick faster, okay? Or have other issues. And right now, one of the things that they don't want is to overtax the hospital system. So we don't want everyone to get like freaked out and all that kind of stuff here. And I definitely don't want to do that. Ronald, we didn't get from you. Tell us what's going on in your area. Are you getting out and about? What are you seeing happening in Miami? You're in Miami, Florida.
Today was the first time that I actually went out and about. I tend to stay outside of the madness because I pretty much have what I need year round being in Florida. Hurricane season, water, all that stuff we already have. The freeze-dried food, the good stuff. But I recently called my local gun range. They're also a gun store. So they're just closed to the public, period. So that's a wrap, because, people are calling me about, firearm information. What firearm do you think I should get? Ammunition. I need lessons now, things like that. I'm like, this is not the right time.
Yeah, it's too late. It's too late. Listen, you can always give people advice and stuff like that. Here's what you should do. You should tell them, go on YouTube, search Hank Strange. No, I'm just kidding.
No, don't. There's plenty of know what that guy says.
Yeah, there's plenty of information on YouTube and stuff like that. And then I'm sure you can give people good advice on what to get, but in the stores they might not necessarily be able to get those things, right?
Right. And on that note, like, training, I do have up on my website, a dry fire series. And this is something that I put up a long time ago, but sometimes people aren't interested in that until, the sky starts falling,
Yeah. Yeah. That's one of the things with human beings, man. Most people, like us as gun guys, and lots of other folks out there, there's lots of people who are always prepared for things. I'm not the most prepared person in the world. There's people 1,000 times more prepared than me. But in general, folks like us, we think about these things way before they actually happen. But the general population out there doesn't, and everything that's happening right now is really freaking them out, right? And the funny thing about it, yes, there's a virus out there. There's people getting sick and all that kind of stuff. But there's lots of viruses out there that make people sick, and there's lots of things that people die. If you look at car accidents and all kinds of other issues that we have going on, takes out more people, but we don't see everyone like tearing up the roads and going, "That's it, nobody get on the roads. We could save 150,000 lives by people staying off the roads for 2 weeks," or whatever it is. That's why I'm trying to say that this level of stress for people is not sustainable. But what they're trying to do right now is slow everything down so they can get things in place to be able to help people that do get sick. Ultimately, most of us are going to wind up being sick, and this is going to be a continuing thing for a long time, just like all the other H1N1 and all those other things. Mad cow disease. You guys remember that? I'm seeing the memes about all the things people have survived. I'm trying to think of what let's think about. Let me see. I survived the 80s, the crack epidemic. Survive. What was it? Y2K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy at Y2K bought like $200,000 worth of Spam. I wonder if he's still eating it.
I don't know. Bird flu, swine flu, this thing, mad cow, all kinds of things. Ebola. Lola said Ebola. Yeah. There's all these things out there. So, I'm just gonna say it again. Be careful. Be prepared. Don't drive yourself crazy. Let me get some different comments in here really quick. And as I was saying before, smash those thumbs ups, please. That does help us out. Let's see what we got going on here. Who's in here? Pistol Packing Mama Corey Williams is shouting us out. She says she hasn't been here in a while. She started a new job. Awesome. Congratulations to you. Hopefully that's going well. And then, that will help Chris Williams get more guns. So we love that, I'm sure you too. You'll probably get some guns too, but Chris has to get the guns first. Because, I'm going to advocate for the dudes out there. That's what
More
I do.
guns.
Yeah, Richard Rasnick says a couple of people are jacking up the price. Kathleen Music Lover says cheaper than dirt, a.k.a. dirtbag douches. Cheaper than dirt. No real gun guy buys anything from cheaper than dirt. I'm just going to tell you guys that right now. Yeah. Yeah, if you find yourself buying from cheaper than dirt, there is something wrong with you.
When I first started out, that was my hub, man, until I woke up.
Yeah. Well, during the Firearm Armageddon of 2013, when they jacked everyone up, that went away. I don't know why Richard's showing his stick figures on the whiteboard, but okay. Let me. Is that you driving into a brick wall? I don't know what's going on.
No, that's you driving into the telephone pole.
Oh. Yeah, and then where's you not telling me? Okay.
Whoa. If a man can't find his own pole, I am not helping him find it.
I'm not even going to touch that one.
Yeah, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Richard's had that one. He worked on that all night. He worked on that. Oh, look. Okay,
I'm going to one up you there last time, Richard.
Yeah, military arms patch right there. Ronald's now is looking for his patches, right?
My patches here,
man.
The
patch book. Oh, this is going to be so bad. This is going to be so bad. The patch book is breaking out. Hold on, let's see. Let me close up on that. What's that one? Scar. Very
there
cool.
You go.
Very cool. You guys can see my patches right here in the background.
There you go.
I guarantee you, I have a military arms patch on there somewhere.
There you go. I got a quick question for him about his book.
Yep.
On your book, is it set is the state set to where there's already currently guns in the house and it's teaching about the child, or is this from the very beginning of introducing a weapon into the home with the child? And what's the age of the children that you suggest that, from, hey, don't touch, to, hey, you need to be aware of?
So the target the demographics for the book is 3 to like 11.
Okay.
And it's different scenarios. So in one of the chapters, the pages, the father, he's a gun guy, and that's actually Erica's father, me.
Oh, you wrote yourself into the book. Awesome.
Right.
That's
so
what you gotta do. That's what you gotta roll.
So Erica's father, he was just going through his normal routine. He was running behind time. He was, cleaning his firearm, but he left it on the coffee table. Now, Erica, she knows better, but she just took it upon herself to say, hey, Dad, don't forget you left your firearm on the coffee table. But Erica knows to don't touch,
Mm-hmm.
tell an adult, and so forth.
Okay, cool. Razor JB is asking this question. He says, is it just me, or is this not coming up in my feed last 2 days? Had to go find it. Have everything checked properly and didn't show up. So I'm not sure what's going on there. YouTube's always pulling shenanigans on us. Best thing to do is to ring the bell to be notified when we go up. But yeah, I mean, And then also remember, YouTube, if you've been looking at the YouTube news, a lot of those guys, even though most of them I'm assuming are doing whatever they do remotely anyway, they've left us in the hands of the bots. So the bots are pretty much running everything nowadays, and someone might have messed around with that, or.
Well, the government's got them working for them now because they're trying to get that website up.
What website they trying to get up?
Oh, it's one of those Trump got Google, because they had the Obama website, and then they had all these other ones that was a failed or whatever. So Trump got over to Google, and they were trying to get this big website up for the coronavirus and the stagings and what to follow. And anyhow, I know Google's working with the government right now trying to get a website up, and they've got all their engineers on it right now.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Let's see. Go ahead.
A lot of people, I've seen it on Instagram, like, people throwing up these facts, and then Instagram comes in and just like, that's not factual. The fact checkers.
Oh, yeah, man. That's in effect right now. Yeah. Facebook, too.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
mind control. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Richard Monder sent me an email. He says in England, they're blaming the preppers for the stores being bad. The truth is, it's not the preppers. We've had the crap.
Yeah,
in fact,
preppers aren't out there buying. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, Clover Tax says all the grocery carts I've seen around here were a variety of groceries, normal shopping stuff. Have not seen anyone bugging, look like they're hoarding, kids at home, working from home, stuff like that. I think it depends. It really depends where you are, right? And I would assume that this, like, cities would be worse than other places. James Miller says England is keeping business open and is basically going to continue as usual, because this is not sustainable to keep people on panic mode for a long time. Human beings don't function like that. I'm not a psychologist, but they don't function like this.
A lot of them are complaining because they had to go get their guns, and they found out they had a 10-day waiting list, and some of them found out if you buy a gun online, they won't ship it to your house.
See, so here's what you need to do. If there's any super liberal people who don't believe in the Second Amendment, come to you as a gun guy and complain about waiting periods and all that. Tell them all they need to do to override that is to print out the Second Amendment, take it back to the store. That's what you need to tell them. You know what I mean?
I did read an article, or not an article, but I read the headline where they're saying that all the anti-gunners, they're actually the ones that's running and getting buying firearms and ammunition, but they're also even surprised on the wait time. Like they thought it would just come to their house.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. They thought you could just go up on Facebook. You could just go up on Facebook and press some buttons and it beams into your house because, gun show loophole. What happened to that?
I'm going to stand in front of my gun store with a 3D printer.
Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Judd Miller says, my wife is an RN and I'm a lineman for the local power company, so we both have to work no matter what happens. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. And like I said before, now so there was a earthquake in Utah. I saw Nothing Fancy tweeting about this. So there are some places and some stuff like that's happening. But for the most part, there's nothing going on around America. Nobody's, no one's panicking. Hey, the kids were out partying on the beaches, but I think someone shut down the beaches here in Florida. Why? I don't know.
That was just on the news that they went in and they were closing the beaches and the bars down there because all the spring break kids.
Yeah, but let the kids party, man. Yeah.
Oh, no, they're the carriers. They're the ones that's carrying it all. They're going to get the blame for everything.
A lot of people are mad at the kids, but here's my thing. You know what kind of diseases these kids have already? I mean, come on now.
Penicillin won't fix that.
Yeah. Just let them party, okay? This is my thing. I know, like, a lot of people in the gun community don't agree with that. My opinion is let the kids party if that's what... My kids personally don't party. They're nerds. So, my kids aren't out there partying.
They're indoors. No school. They're happy about that, but they have this continuity education thing going on. So I didn't want to get them the laptop because they have their own laptop, but it's a lot more functional for them. So I am aware.
Look at it this way: if there's no school and they're online doing school, if they're in the 11th grade now or the 8th grade now, by the end of the summer they'll graduate high school. Not enough to do.
Yeah. First, look. Let me say this about the school system. I don't know what you guys think about the school system, but in America, we should revamp the whole school system. This is my personal opinion. This might be the opportunity in America for us to revamp the entire school system. Seriously,
Agreed.
This is one of the things that we really, really need to do. And actually, we have an opportunity here to revamp a lot of things. Okay, movie industry, right? That's something I follow very closely. I consider myself a bit of a filmmaker. Movie. I'm a horrible movie aficionado. I love horrible movies. But here's the thing. So all these movies are getting canceled and stuff like that. And then they're worried about even the movies that are coming out in the movie theaters because obviously we won't have people in the movie theaters. So these are coming straight to video on demand, right? They're coming straight to iTunes, etc. Excuse me, let's just do this from now on, please. I only want to go to the actual movies on special occasions, if ever or at all.
Well,
yeah, man, the concession stand is atrocious, man. The prices on that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I could save money, but if I pay $20 for a movie, it's easier for me to do that at home. Go ahead, Richard.
Yeah, no, my wife and I will donate blood, and we'll each get 2 free tickets, and we won't use them in 6 months. And then you go to the theater and you spend $40 in popcorn and sodas.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm the cheapest person on the planet, but that's a stink load of money.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of money to go to the movies. I hope they just redo this. Listen, people can still go to the movies. You can have those very nice movie theaters that you can sit down and eat and all of that kind of stuff. But you can redo this. Same thing with schools. We can redo the school system, man, and make this better. One of the things I think is, one, take the opportunity, make the school safer. Kids don't actually now. Some of us parents want to send our kids off to school just so we don't see their faces for a little while and we actually miss them. But we can revamp how we do all of this and change the way education works and use these schools better, make them safer, and all that kind of stuff. I think the school should really be for sports activities, arts, music, stuff like that, and a lot of the other things can be learned at home. And the stupid testing nonsense that we're doing, that should just stop anyway, because I don't know what the point of that is.
And, other countries, they have said that, one of the most dangerous times in a child's life is maybe middle school. And it holds no purpose for them to be going to school around that time because, you have the influences, you have bullies, you have, it's better that they stay home and they're with family and they, they learn, how to take care of home and, maybe hunt or fish or sew. Things that they've taken out of schools. I remember when my sister was going to school, there was what they call home economics.
Yeah,
where,
you learned how to cook.
Yeah, iron, things like that. So
to sew, to make stuff. Yeah.
Right. And I actually posted something in my stories on Instagram. This might be like the Renaissance period of our generation because everybody's home with family. You know what I mean? Now it's time for you to, fix that car that you was working on or, garden, pick up the hobby that you was looking for, looking to start earlier on, but because you have to work.
Yeah. And my thing is, I'm not saying that kids should not go to school. I think they absolutely should for socialization, right? You can have parties there, all that kind of stuff, depending on the grade level or whatever. You can have supervision, parents could go, or whatever it is, sports, and other activities, arts, all that kind of stuff. Like Ronald's saying, you can, if we don't start, first of all, I think the colleges are, for the most part, BS. And both my kids are in college. Colleges are BS. This is what I think. So in school, we should be teaching kids how to think about what they're going to do, because even if you get these expensive degrees, there's not going to be a lot of jobs for you. If you're going to have to start thinking of alternatives and all that kind of stuff. And one of the things we have here in America is creativity. Let's teach kids how to use their creativity and all that. I'm saying all of this, but in 2 weeks, I'm telling you, everything's just going to bounce back to the craziness, and no one's going to take this opportunity to really help and fix things and for us to move into the future.
Well, I'll tell you what
teach people how to read tape rulers. Go ahead. Sorry, Richard.
Yeah, teach people how to read what?
Tape measure.
A tape measure.
Yeah.
just kind of leveraging off that. Three things: tape measure, a slide rule, and a sophisticated slide rule, and an analog clock, and that gives people a whole new idea of how things work.
And a checkbook.
Well, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Because
I gave learn about your finances, learn about the stock market, things like that. Come on.
Right now it's time to buy.
Knows how to spend.
Yeah. I think this is a great opportunity, but I really think that we're not going to take advantage of that. But I'm telling you, in the future, we're going to look back at this moment in America, and other countries might actually take advantage of this and go way past America in the next 20 years. There's other countries out there that might look at this and go, wait a second, we have a really awesome opportunity. I think one of the problems with America is the frickin' teachers unions. And I'm telling you, I come from a family of teachers. My mother was a teacher. She's not with us anymore. My father was a teacher. He's retired. My younger brother's a teacher. We're a family of teachers, right? But the teachers union in America is one of the worst frickin' unions that exists in America, in my opinion. So
the interesting thing that may happen is they announced that Trump announced today that he's making all of these malaria drugs available that in one study have been said to have a 100% success rate with corona, curing it in 6 days. If that's the case, the stock market, everything is going to bounce high like you would not believe.
Hey, everybody's complaining about the stock market right now. There's winners and there's losers no matter what happens with the stock market, no matter what. If it's down to 19,000 and it's back where it was before Trump became president, and he took it like this far from being 30, and then it's way down, and he gets well, he's going to get reelected. Can you imagine what it's going to be above at the end of his 4 years? If you invest $50,000, if you've got it, if you got money, invest it, because it's going to be 30-fold by the time he becomes at the end of his 4 years. It's going to be huge.
Yeah.
You can
I
retire
invested in
early.
precious metals.
Yeah. What were you trying to say, Ronald? Go ahead.
No,
Yeah. By the way, Ronald, these are talkers right here, man. These we all know each other. You got to jump in here. No one's gonna get.
Ron. I didn't mean to be rude.
No, you're not being rude at all, Tyvin. I'm just trying to tell Ronald, we're not gonna be offended. You can jump in. That's what we do.
No,
we're all used to talking. So
I'm listening, and one of the things that you mentioned about the teachers union, but more so even like the politicians, like dealing with this book, Erica's Big Day. I'm working with a partner of mine's, Kevin, Heavy Metal Lifestyle 223. He was with me at SHOT Show, and we talked about that, like the politician element. And we don't want politicians a part of this at all, because they muddle things up. The way things change is at the home level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We can't rely on Washington to do any of the things that we're talking about today, and the fact that we are home and we are spending time with our children, that's where we get the reading time in Erica's Big Day. This is where we teach our children how to interact with their world, their environment, things that we experienced when we were younger.
Yeah,
But
it's a great opportunity to do that. Yes,
Right.
absolutely. Yeah,
So
it's a great opportunity to reconnect with your kids. I was thinking about it today. Break out the frickin' board games, people.
break them out, man. Break them out.
Play some board games with your kids. Your electricity is on. So usually in my house, we don't do all that unless we're out of electricity or whatever. But this is a good opportunity. You got electricity, you got AC and whatever. Everything's good. Break out some board games. Reconnect with your kids. Monopoly,
Right.
awesome. I personally know how to beat my kids at Monopoly.
Just sit down to get to know your kids.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. And teach. It's a good time to talk to them. And you're right, man. Yeah, absolutely. I wish we could take politicians out of the equation altogether. Wouldn't that be awesome? If the virus selectively got rid of all politicians. I don't like the ones on the left, the ones on the right. I don't like none of them.
I'll tell you what the
I
problem
think
is.
this is going to... Go ahead, Richard. Sorry.
They're throwing all sorts of pork in these damn bills, and you know what? The Republicans don't want to check the Democrats because they're doing the same crap.
Yeah, exactly. Think about all the companies, and I know people are already ringing the alarm bells about this. How much do you? And I was watching the press conference with Trump today. These companies are trying to get bailed out. There's companies trying to get bailed out. There's no way in hell.
You saw where the cruise liners donating all their beds, right? That's because the cruise liners about ready to take a big dump, and they ain't gonna make their bills. So what better way to, hey, take my ships. It's got thousands of rooms on them. Use them and get that government contract to pay for your boat.
Yeah, I wish we could really think about this properly before we make that same mistake we made back in 2008.
Yeah. Let's not go that route, man. The cruise ship industry, they're already suffering from that other thing they've been hit with. They get hit. You hear that in the news like every 2 weeks.
Yeah, what is the virus that was going around on the cruise ship? What was that? Was that H1?
No, not H1. It's
What
like
was the
this
thing?
stomach flu thing.
Yeah,
Right.
Legionnaire's disease.
something was going around on cruise ships. I've never been on a cruise ship. I've never been. I don't like
never
cruise
been on
ships.
a cruise,
Yeah.
and I love the idea of a cruise because I could just go scuba diving at all sorts of different places.
No,
That'd be
I'm scared
fantastic.
Lola's gonna push me overboard. No way. It's too easy. It's too easy. I don't do anything that Lola can easily take a look at that, and then just no
it's
way.
the
No, I'm not giving her
norovirus.
that chance. Huh?
Norovirus. That's what it's called.
Norovirus.
Yeah.
I look at the cruises. I just think they're just a giant petri dish. That's I don't want to.
They've had problems on cruise liners for years with people getting sick and stuff. That's not new with them.
Right.
Or, they have an engine breakdown, and then you're like out to sea for 12 days getting towed back by a tugboat at a mile an hour.
Yeah. I don't think that, I think we really, I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest with you. Because right now, this is a great opportunity, like you guys said, for all sides to try to be nice to Trump, be nice to everyone. Hey, because we could get all kinds of money here that people won't know about. I think that it's better to help the folks out there than to help companies. I'm not saying none of the companies should be helped, but come on, we can't keep like we just went through that we bailed out a bunch of car companies, but bailed out a bunch of banks. Who did that actually
industry.
help? Yeah, we bailed out all these people, and they're still there, but it didn't actually help people. We still got a lot of people out there that lost their homes and suffering and went into debt and all kinds of things that they can't climb out of. So I don't know if that makes any kind of sense. It's a great opportunity to do things a little bit better if we take that opportunity, but ultimately the government will always choose to control us.
With the airline industry, I think these companies can make their money back if you have great deals and good customer service. They are crappy, man, towards customers, man.
Yeah.
But if you have great deals, people are going to come, and great customer service, you're going to have returning customers, loyalty. You know what I mean? And they can make that money back.
If they do it better, but they won't do it better. I hate planes. I'm not afraid of flying. I've been flying literally since I was 5 years old, but I hate planes.
Yeah,
okay? Getting on a plane. I mean, if you have your own personal jet or whatever,
that's
awesome
different.
For you. Awesome for you. I see Richard is smirking right now. Richard,
I didn't want to say anything.
Don't even start, Richard. Don't even start. Okay, your last plane you crashed. Last time you got a plane, you crashed it. Definitely not getting on a plane with you either.
Oh yeah, you will.
No, I don't think so. No, I don't think so. That's way too easy.
We'll drug you. We'll take you flying.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. But I think that planes are terrible. It's terrible for people, right? It's a source of problems. Same thing with the cruise ships. They're massive. It would be nicer if they were smaller. But there's these super massive cities floating around, disasters waiting to happen. I don't think we need to go out of our way to save any of those.
Well, with you saying that, Hank, with everybody that's now, when they first proposed all this doctor telecom stuff, it was a joke. And now it's, virtual doctor, do this, do that. And with everything that's going on, a lot of people are working from home. People are going to realize, you know what? I can work in the Bahamas and work remotely and keep my job. I don't have to stay in Ohio in 12 inches of snow. I think this is going to set a new whole precedence for the American work.
Let a lot more folks work from home, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's say I'm a business owner. I've got a 30-store building that I have to pay, insure, heat, maintain, security, and all this other stuff. You know what? If I can get half my workforce to work remotely, I can save X amount of dollars a year. You know what? All we need is a training center and a mini hub of just managers. Everybody else can work remotely.
Yeah.
And
is everyone throwing up their knives now? I'm sorry. Everyone's throwing up their knives.
My God.
Ronald's throwing up. Just no guns, guys. No guns. But you can throw up a knife.
Are we allowed to do knives?
Yeah, you can throw up a knife. That's fine. That's all right. We know. Okay, this is where we find out exactly how many Tyven has. You know what? One of the things I do hope that we take this opportunity to change. I'm gonna sound like Trump right now. Can we start making stuff in America again, please? Please, people.
It depends.
Make stuff in America, damn it.
Yeah. But they gotta not.
Oh yeah, see, I knew Tyven was going there.
All right, now you guys see this one, okay? This is an authentic sword.
It's a katana.
Yep. Boom.
Sharpened
I have
blade.
a
Hold on,
brother.
let me go full screen on you. All right, go ahead.
I have a. Oh man, that's cutting into my finger.
Listen, we just got you back out of the hospital. Can you please
Yeah.
don't?
All right. This is a brother and sister set
Nice.
that I got. One I got from my grandfather. He was a black belt, and the other one I got from my dad. But I love swords, and I love playing with them. Let's see if you guys can see the edge.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, those are cool. Those are very cool. Let me.
Look at that. That was when I had it on my hand.
Oh, okay.
That was just the weight of it.
Yeah. So let me do this here. Razor JB gave us a couple bucks here. He says for the Strange TP Fund. Thank you, Razor JB. We appreciate that. Yeah. It'll totally go to guns. So TP guns. I saw that I saw the Franklin Armory guys were selling TP. Like did you guys see that? They were selling a binary trigger wrapped in TP. You guys didn't see this?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was funny.
I got one more for you, Hank.
Okay, let's see. What is it?
This is my great uncle's sword that he had in the Civil War.
Oh wow.
Oh man, I lost my relative's Civil War sword.
Yeah. How did you wind up losing a family
Somebody
heirloom like that,
somewhere.
Richard Hughes?
I think somebody came by and visited and walked out with it.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
That's how it'll happen.
Yeah.
That's
Good. But thanks for letting me share.
Oh no, absolutely, yeah. Like I said, I was talking about we need to actually make stuff in America. Please. There's tons of factories all over this in Florida, from Florida all the way to California. There's a ton of factories that no one's making anything. No one's even occupying those factories. Let's make some stuff in America, please. And especially the medical stuff. Can we make our medical stuff here?
They actually had that on the news where the politicians are now crying because there's so much industry overseas, and now we're dependent on China for all these necessity medical gear that they want to start having stuff back in the U.S. Now, as far as the ships, they got one of the medical ships on the East Coast, and they got one of the other medical ships on the West Coast, and it comes back to the wartime things. We have to have the automotive to build tanks and vehicles. We got to have the airline industry so we can fly. The ships is what covers the Navy. The basic stuff, I would say, you're probably going to have to subsidize some of it just for national security purposes or whatever. But to go and save mom and pop's shrimp boat, you got to draw a line somewhere. Not being rude or trying to put that person below or above another group.
Right. But if we want cheap goods, we could have cheap goods. But things that we need, and especially if we're making a list in a thing like this, and China's like, oh, by the way, we're not sending this stuff to you guys. Let's not do that anymore. Let's make our own stuff like that. And when we feel like it, we'll buy stuff from them. And if we don't feel like it, we won't buy anything from them.
So
did you know, Lola would know this answer exactly. I was told that 80% of all of our drugs come from China.
I don't know. I would have to check on Lola. What are you going to say, Ronald?
A few years ago, I was just watching, CNN, and they had the U.S. government had a lawsuit against China because China had cloned some chips that they put into our military equipment. And I'm like, how do you outsource our countries?
How do you let them get their hands on it?
And I was like, who got paid for this? Why did you allow this? Because we're talking about they could put a back door into those things and disable our equipment, or they already spy on us.
This is the whole thing with the phones. What's the name of those phones again? I forgot the
smartphones.
5G.
No, the
Hawaii or so.
Yeah, Huawei. The whole problem with the Huawei phones. Yeah,
Do you know where all your old cell phones go?
Where do they go?
South America. They refurbish them and they send them all down into South America and build their networks and stuff down there because they're like 10 years, 12 years behind us. Okay. So when you turn in your cell phone and stuff, they go through and refurbish them, and then they're all sent down into South America and other parts. But, you know, they're trying to bring that society up and, you know, build networks and stuff down there to make money. It's a business.
Yeah. John Doe says no tax on business would bring most back. I agree with that. You know,
what was it?
No tax on businesses will bring most businesses back.
I'm worried about Trump giving everybody $1,000 because if he does something like that, then that's the gateway drug to universal basic income.
Right, because people want, and there's already people that think that this $1,000 that they're talking about is from now on for every month. I saw Joe Rogan talking about that. No, dude, this is not what they're talking about. Yeah.
It's 2 checks as of right now. It's $1,300 per person, $500 per kid, and it's supposed to be March, somewhere at the end of March, and then one more check at the end of.
But if we did that every month, like the universal
$80,000.
Well, here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. We immediately devalue money. Because where are we getting it from? We're just printing it. It's imaginary. It's imaginary. Yeah. So, it's already devalued. With all that
being said, should you buy dividends and government stocks, government bonds? Because if it's right now at $20,000, what's the interest rate on that? And then what's it going to be worth? Because we're going to go in debt trillions of dollars. They've got to get that money back. So if you're a guy that's 45 years old, you buy $5,000 worth of government bonds. What's it going to be when you're 75, 80? Because they're going to raise the age limit.
We can't do, in my opinion, we can't do universal basic income. So, and to be honest with you, look, I'm not gonna. Everyone out there, if you get your Trump money, do whatever you want to do with your Trump money.
I got my Trump money.
Yeah. Okay. I know you. Yeah. By the way, that's fake money. That's fake money that Tyvin is showing there. Don't try to roll up on him. But yeah, I mean,
they should do an income tax cut. Just you make $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week, $3,000 a week, you get the whole damn thing. But the problem is, if they do that, we're gonna know how bad they're cheating us.
Yeah, exactly. This is another opportunity. Flat tax, please.
Do you know what the interest rate is right now if you refinance your house?
I'm not sure I know interest rates for people are up high, but for banks on money, it's low. So you tell me what it is.
Take a guess of what it is for a 30-year fixed mortgage right now.
Tell me
is it
2.99% on a 30-year fixed.
Okay, that's low, right?
Yeah,
that's low. Yeah, but on credit cards,
$80,000 in 30 years.
Right, on credit cards, the average interest though is like 20-something%. I think 21 or something like that.
Oh yeah,
24.
It's 24. Yeah, so you can see what's going on there. I think there's a lot of sensible. See, we're talking about all kinds of sensible things. These guys don't. They're not doing anything sensible. So, and this is why I worry about that. Like, I really do. The one thing I will tell you, they are planning on bailing out a bunch of companies.
They do have. I was looking. They do have the Small Business Association. They're giving loans 0% interest rate, but after that year, it's going to be standard 12%. So
if people are not watching,
yeah, that can help,
Yeah. Now, just to flip this the other way around, what would you guys do with your Trump money? What would you do with your Trump money?
Okay, go ahead. You guys go first. I'll go last.
Yeah.
I'll go.
We'll go with Ronald first.
The TP9 Canic Elite Combat.
You're getting the most maxed out Canic you could get your hands on. You still have money left over. That thing's not that expensive.
You still have $900 left over.
Yeah, you can. You can put
a on there.
Yeah, exactly. You can put some kind of aim point or something on that bad boy for that. Okay, what about you, Richard Hughes?
I'll tell my wife I'm buying a Ruger 5.7 because she doesn't know.
Oh, I see. I get it. Okay. Yeah. So, all right. I don't know. I don't know what I would do with it, to be honest with you. I
Give it
don't
to
know.
Lola because she's good to you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. There you go. It'll probably be all. If I don't know. I would try to be honest. Okay, let me put it this way. If it's Trump money, I'm trying to do something that I could forever remember that was my Trump money. You know,
Have
that's
it
what I
gold
would do.
plated.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I know
something
what.
I could engrave and go. This was my Trump money, son. Maybe I'll get a yeet cannon and gold plate it, and then
No,
and then engrave Trump money on it.
no, butt implants and a tramp stamp.
No,
Damn, that's a ponder on that one.
no, Tyven. Don't think about it. No. What would you do, Tyven?
Now, first, just for the audience, this is a great opportunity to put a nice down payment on a Safety Harbor Firearms 50 cal.
Uh-huh.
But with that being said, I'm just keeping your options open. But let's say the crap really hits the fan. I'm buying cigarettes and ammo.
Okay.
Cigarettes are more
You should already have all of that.
than
You should-
ammo.
Yeah.
Hey, you get a smoker and he's out of cigarettes, he'll give you whatever gun he's got for that carton of cigarettes, so you're going to quadruple your money.
Now this is
Well,
a good. This
you
is
got the ammo for it too.
Yeah.
So what else you going to get from him
yeah.
for
Now
the ammo?
This is a good point because I was actually, and I think I was in a Dollar General or something like that the other day, right? And there was a lady getting a carton of cigarettes, right? So I don't know anything about this. I've never smoked. I think I smoked a cigar like last year or something. Anyway, she was getting just like a regular carton of cigarettes, however big that is, and it was like $80. Is that a thing? Is that how that is?
Oh.
Are cigarettes expensive like that?
If it's the
Or maybe she
What
was
do you
getting
wanna
more
call
than one, and I didn't realize that. But I know the person was like $80. I was like, whoa. I didn't
if
know
she was
cigarette-
buying a carton or buying 10 packs, that would be about $80.
Oh,
in
okay.
Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
And
maybe
up
that's
in
what she
New
was
York,
doing.
Manchester, New Hampshire, up in that area, it's like
When did
$200
cigarettes
a
get
carton.
expensive like that?
Oh, years
Taxes.
ago, dude.
Taxing.
Depends on what state you get. I'm a smoker,
Mhm.
so I buy my cigarettes here in Ohio. It's about $40 a carton. If I go
You don't
down
go
in the
to
Carolinas, yeah,
Hmm?
no, they tax you on the internet now. You can't do that. So, but if you go down in the Carolinas and you buy your cigarettes, it's about 35. You go up in the northeastern part of the United States, you're looking at $200 a carton. If you're on the New York Turnpike,
You might as well just
It-
smoke some ganja, man. What's the point? What is the
dude, you
what
might,
is
it's $45 a pack.
Wow.
What?
What the hell?
$45. That's like
Look, I run a lot across I-80 and I-90 up there. I run that
Yeah.
turnpike a lot.
And
When
if
it
we
costs
let
you
them do it, they
$20
will do
for a
that
Big
to guns and ammo if we let them do it.
Yeah. When
Yeah.
you pay $20 for a number one at McDonald's, or you get a Big Mac meal on the turnpike up there, it's a Big Mac's, fry and a Coke, and it cost you $20, it
Yeah.
went up.
Yeah, the range
Hey,
says
you spent $20 at Taco Bell, you could feed your family, that family, that family, and that family over there. You can't do that in.
yeah. Also, all of those families will be in the bathroom blowing it up.
That's why you always get the
I'm just trying to
steak.
say.
Don't ever get the beef. If you get the steak, you're good to go. Hey, I'm speaking from experience. I'm a truck driver.
Yeah,
I see
Tom is a
everywhere.
professional. He's a professional here. The range says, Tyven Show, where you going to buy ammo, bro? Everyone's out. So there you go. Yeah.
I'm a truck driver.
Yeah.
I know where to go.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone, the ammo's kind of getting short out there, man. Ammo's trying to
It's
kind
worse
of
than
get
the
short.
22 shorts we had a few years back. It's just not 22s. It's
Yeah.
everything. People are just buying ammo because it's on the shelf, hoping that they could barter with that ammo to get whatever they need.
Yeah.
One of the things that people now understand how important it is, your Gucci, your Prada, your all these things that you invest in, your Jordans, you can't trade them for toilet paper. You can't. I dare you to try. I dare you to
precious
try.
metals.
Exactly.
Let me give you
I
a little
don't.
hint.
I'm not into any of those kinds of things. Like, there's stuff I'm into, right? Everyone has stuff they're into. What I'm
Right.
into has nothing to do with designer clothes or anything like that.
Matchbox
I'm in,
cars.
I'm into. Let me see. Buy most expensive things, cars, guns, so watches. I guess I'm into tech. You know,
You got a
toys.
cache of Hot Wheels there.
Yes, buying a lot of Hot Wheels, but those are cheap. Those are $1. So, or
Yeah,
sometimes
but
cheaper than that. So,
Yeah,
and then Lola likes that
there's
because
a bar on
that's better than me.
times.
Lola likes that. It's better than me buying like actual cars. She's trying to let me get it out of my system. But yeah, but those are cheap. Those are pretty cheap. So,
Hey,
what's up?
real quick tip. Everybody's doing this toilet paper thing.
Mm-hmm.
In all actual reality, let's say you run short or you can't get some or you feel whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got a bunch of old T-shirts, it's no different than when you had your kid. They had those all cloth, top dollar.
We're gonna be walking
baby
around
things.
with T-shirt Pampers.
Just get your old T-shirts, cut squares out, use them, rinse them, wash them, and recycle.
No.
No, I'm gonna be more efficient than that. I'm gonna wrap that T-shirt up like a pamper, and I'm just gonna load it up and then throw it out. That's how you gotta roll.
Did you see the
Go
little
kid.
meme that's going
Go-
around? The
go
guy's
kid,
a hunter and
man,
he's hunting squirrels. The guy's hunting squirrels and he gets the squirrel to come over to him real quick and he catches the squirrel and then wipes and throws the squirrel. You guys haven't seen that one?
We don't listen. We do. Let me explain this to people. We don't actually have a shortage of anything unless you guys make a shortage. There's not
Exactly.
actually a shortage. What is there a shortage of in America right now?
Guns and ammo.
But that's only because we're making it that way. You can't find toilet paper in the stores because people are making it that way. It's insane. You know, people are buying all this stuff. And let me say this again. I said this yesterday. For anyone who's listening to this, that you're not a gun person, you're just jumping into this now because everyone else is panicking buying guns, so maybe you're looking at gun stuff on YouTube. When you buy guns and ammo, you cannot return it. You walk out of that store, that thing is yours. What's that?
Yep.
What are you trying to show us, Rich? If you don't say something, I don't know what you're trying.
So you go into a public place with the screwdriver and a drill.
Oh, and you take their toilet paper? Oh, that's not even right. That's not even right.
Well, here's a little bit of a difference, though.
Don't leave another dude out there that goes to use that bathroom and there's no toilet paper in there, man. And then the dude has to use his shirt like Tyvin is saying. That's just shameful.
Yeah. Well, I think one good thing that's really going on right now, everybody's hoarding all these, products or whatever, but I think more people are starting to become very conscious aware of your gun rights were restricted. And now that it's time, you're late by years, but you're purchasing a gun. And I think that's going to be the next revolution in American society is everybody's going to say, look, our rights were infringed and it's time to put a stop to it. I think it's going to be a big eye-opener. I don't think you're going to have like a civil war, cities turning on cities, fighting over toilet paper or, anything like that. But I think more people is going to be more reasonable.
People are
and
they're definitely realizing that they can't depend
It's
on the
an issue.
government. Well, the issue here is that they're realizing you can't depend on the government.
Exactly.
Also,
just like this. Let's say in another week, the government shuts down for 2 weeks. You're going to have a couple robberies here and there. People's going to struggle. But what's really keeping America sane right now is because everybody owns guns. Well, majority. U.S. Americans own guns. Over in Italy and all that stuff, people are scared to go outside because they don't know what's out there. In America, every household, majority, has guns. You're not going to see the Rambo devastation, tanks driving down the road. You're not going to see that because everybody already has that mentality, hey, we're a gun society. You break into my house, I'm going to shoot you, period. And that's point blank it. So I think
and I don't even think we're going in that direction. Ronald, what did you want to say?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Well, also on top of that, everybody is realizing, and they should begin to realize that your rights are my rights is that person's rights. You hear a lot of people complaining about Facebook's treatment and everything. But when we were crying out and saying this about YouTube, Instagram, hey,
Yeah.
they're hitting Second Amendment channels, they're taking us down, they're demonetizing. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
But then when the FCC comes in and says, hey, we're taking all your children's content down, everybody's up in an uproar. You know what I'm saying? And they've been hitting our free speech, which in actuality they hitting your free speech too. You can't even post anything now because you got the fact checking bots, taking everything down. Now everybody's upset.
Yeah.
Yep. And one thing of it is, you're legal by doing it. You are pushing forth our rights for people to be knowledgeable about our rights. But heaven forbid, if I make fun of that transgender dude over there, the earth is falling. But now that it's happening to them, I think people are starting to realize you can't do that.
The funny thing about it is that anybody who's pushing, safety and education about firearms, they're the ones that are getting ripped down. But you see all the carelessness online. I've gotten ads pop up on my feed with people pointing guns at themselves. You know what I'm saying? In music videos, but I can't even post a smiley. I can't even post a picture of me smiling because they got me flagged.
Yeah. So
with
what
no
kind
firearms in it.
Yeah, so describe to us, if you can, Ronald, in your efforts to promote Erica's Big Day. What have you come across exactly? How long has the book been out, and what's been the process for you, and what platforms, how have those places hit you up?
Well, the book's been out for 3 months. I dropped it during SHOT Show. That's when we premiered it, and a lot of my promotion has just been on, the social media platforms like Instagram and Facebook, but just on the normal feeds. I don't do the ads anymore because I can't. I get shot down automatically, and it's very frustrating because I want to save lives. I'm doing it to educate people. I think that it's a great product for all homes across America. Especially when we talk about inner city youth and them being greatly impacted by those things. They actually have a character that looks like them that's saying, hey, you know what? Let's be safe around firearms. And then also, if we are going to have firearms or learn more about firearms, we're going to do it in a safe environment like the range.
Yeah, I think they would rather. I think they would rather have people that look like us out there doing crazy things and then blaming it on the gun than have people be educated. That's my opinion on really why they're doing that, right? At the end of the day, they need more reasons to say, hey, these. Look at this. This is all because of the gun. We got to ban these things more, instead of saying, you know what, we need to educate kids out there in order to save their lives. A lot of these things are going to come into the path of kids from people who, one, don't know, and two, people who aren't doing legal things to get their hands on them anyway. I mean, we do see cases where, like, police officers even, their kids are getting their hands on their guns and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, there's a lot of, safety that or lack of safety because of people not doing it the right way. Okay, you're showing us something from the book. Tell us what you were looking at here.
Okay, so here Erica, she's having her favorite meal, spaghetti and meatballs her dad made for her, and she's imagining when she's older she'll be able to go to the range and learn more about firearms. So her dad is there behind her, helping her and teaching her the fundamentals of safety, So that's the next step in learning, When they get a little bit older, now you learn about the finger off the trigger, point in a safe direction, no ammo in the firearm until you're ready to shoot. Know what's your target and what's beyond your target, So most definitely, this is what we're promoting. And, this is just only the beginning. there's other things that surround this issue about firearms. When you talk about the school mass shootings, let's create content that's going to help talk about, you know, the anti-bullying. You know, let's talk about self-esteem. Let's help build our these generations, our children up to be strong individuals and learn how to deal with these things. You know, because everything goes back around to the firearm.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
these days.
Yeah. I don't think everyone needs this, because I don't want to say that everyone's in this position. I think there are people who go to great lengths to parent their kids, but we need some videos for those people who don't have any clue on how to parent their kids.
Have you ever considered doing that? Doing like a short version, not the whole, read the whole book, but make a small video of you reading the book for your platforms, Ronald? Just give like a taste.
Absolutely. We're working on some animation, so we're gonna take like elements of the book and we're gonna turn it into, the graphics and stuff like that. So it hits quicker, and because some people are visual, some people are, audible, children. So everybody learns differently. So we want to include everybody into that.
Okay. Let's if you
Ronald?
go ahead,
Sorry.
Rich. Yeah.
All right, so the book looks great. I mean, the artwork looks really nice. It looks really professionally done. I'm guessing you had to pay to have the book printed, and you got boxes of them. What did that cost you?
It costs me a lot, man. I mean, I hadn't really added up the price, or the cost. It's just something that I'm passionate about, and I was like, I'm gonna get it done,
So it's not about profit; it's about mission.
No, it's not really about profit. I mean, that would be nice, but it's just a passion of mine, just to and Kevin from Heavy Metal Lifestyle 223, just to educate. If the profit comes later on, it comes later on.
Yeah, but listen, you should feel no guilt about making profit for creating something that's helpful and useful to people. So I'm not saying that you are feeling guilt. There should be no guilt attached to that, though, because you took your time, you developed this, you paid for it, you self-published this book, you have it out there, you're shipping it out to people. I mean, that's all time that's burning up that you could go work an extra job or do something else. Absolutely, there should be zero guilt about making some money. I hope you do make a lot of money off of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. As of right now, everything's on the up and up. There's, we're recuperating what we've put in. So I'm about to reorder.
Good deal.
Yeah, well,
hey,
how
much
big is an
respect
order?
for
Is it,
taking the
500
initiative to do
books?
that.
Order another like 60 or 70.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Hold on. Can you say that again? Because I think you broke up, and then we'll let Richard ask a question, and then Tyvin. So go ahead, Ronald. What was that last part you said?
Yeah. I ordered. I'm out 60. We sold over 60, and now we're gonna order some more, and we're gonna sell more. So we're pretty much almost sold out, and we hope we get more, orders in, and we send them out across the country like we've been doing.
Okay. Go ahead, Richard. What was your question?
No, that was my question is, how much do you order at a time? And, I don't want to get into your private business.
Right.
I hope is it $20 a book you said?
Yeah, it's 25. That's including shipping and handling.
Because shipping could be more than $5 on. Oh, there's book rate. You ship on book rate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. What was your question, Tyvin?
I just wanted to say commend you taking the time and putting out things like that and trying to help the younger kids, and that speaks a lot to your individual, that you're passionate and you've got creative and you did something. I see a lot of the younger kids not doing anything, so congratulations, man. And you've got my respect.
Yeah,
thank you.
Absolutely. I second that. If you guys have any questions for Ronald, if you have questions for Flying Rich or for the Tyvin Show, let us know. We'll get into some of those here. Tyvin, we haven't seen you in a while. Now, I know that you had some... Do you want to explain to folks exactly what happened to you and what's the status right now?
Yeah, you guys notice I haven't been around doing like literally anything. Back in December, I had shoulder surgery done, and I've been down for a few months, and I literally haven't done anything. I haven't live streamed. I made a couple videos here and there, whatever, just like on Instagram, but I've been down. I just found out today. I've got to schedule an MRI within the next 2 weeks. I'm looking at a possible second surgery.
You got to tell them how it happened. It's a repetitive injury, right?
Oh, no.
No. Yeah. Okay. What happened
real
to you?
Quick,
Okay.
Back in '03, I was in a motorcycle accident, and I ripped my collarbone out of my shoulder. And years later, last October-ish, I was splitting wood, was going overhand, and I ended up ripping the rest of the tendons and the ligaments and everything that hold your collarbone into your shoulder. And I actually went in and had that surgery done. So depending on I got to have an MRI within the next 2 weeks. Depending what that says, I'm looking at a second surgery. But with everything that's going on, they've suspended all surgeries unless it's life-threatening.
Yeah, all elective surgeries they're asking people not to do.
I don't know if you guys can see that or not. They cut me from my armpit clear up across the top of my shoulder right there.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
And in case you need naked pictures of the type, and I can send you my collection.
Oh, no, that's all right. We're good. We're good. Thanks, but no thanks.
I have one more quick question for Ron in regards to his book and everything. You're the EDC guy. Did you implement that in your book with, what would you consider a child's everyday EDC with everything that's going on to prep for something? Let's say something happens or whatever. Okay, you've taught about the guns and the gun safety, but is that like going to be book 2, of what a child should keep for EDC for, home safety with their parents?
So as far as I didn't incorporate that. We wanted to make Erica and the EDC Guy Academy kids something different from that. But I do, and I have talked about certain things that parents can do for their children in height of the school shootings and everything. There's a company called Hardwire, and it's ballistic paneling. And I actually, I have it here. I put it.
Is that where they stick them in the backpacks and stuff?
Right. So I got my children inserts. So here.
Okay, and this is from Hardwire. What does this cost? I don't know if we. Okay, looks like. I think.
This.
You're freezing up there.
Like 60.
$60. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were about like 75 or $70.
Okay.
So and I got to tell you, putting these into their backpacks was like the realest thing that I could ever do. You get hit with reality. Like this is something real. It's one thing to talk about it, but when you're taking the steps to put this into their backpacks,
that's an eye opener.
Yeah.
How to use it. Hey, take this backpack off. Show them how to use it. Okay, now you do it. Let me see you do it. Okay, this is what you're gonna do if you start hearing gunshots. You know what I'm saying? It's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
So
what is that rated for?
This is actually rated for pistol caliber, shotgun, not rifle, but I wanted the hard panel because I didn't like the idea of the soft paneling being able to flex or anything like that. I wanted them to be really secure behind there. But I'm actually going to be doing a test on these soon once the ranges start opening up again, and actually be doing a giveaway of like one of the panels.
Okay. Where do people need to go to follow you to keep up with that stuff?
So they could follow me on my Instagram page. That's where I do most of my stuff at. So it's the EDC Guy 073, and they'll be able to find me. They'll see my little icon there, my caricature.
Okay.
That's awesome.
So here, I'll run this in from my phone. This is what Ronald's IG looks like, the EDC guy. So you guys can go over there and check that out. He does have a post that he was coming over here, so everyone needs to go over there and like that post and comment. I'm gonna put thanks for coming on the show.
Oh yeah.
You know, but you all go over there if you have IG and thank him for coming on the show and all that kind of stuff here. While we're on the subject of EDC, we'll start with Ronald. You are the EDC guy. What's your typical EDC? Now, keep in mind, we're not showing any guns or anything like that here. But what's your typical EDC when you're tooling around Miami?
So I'm comfortable with the Glock 19. I have my TLR one light mounted on there.
Mm-hmm.
I carry 2 magazines. I'm currently using the Tier 1 appendix carry holster.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm not carrying on me and I need to carry, I'm carrying it in here, or, this is where I store it.
Okay, cool.
I carry my Fox Karambit here.
Very nice. Yeah, very nice. Those are cool.
Close up.
Yeah.
Close up, please.
I used to have something like this from Doug, that I got from Doug Marcada that he designed, and I lost it. I was so mad.
Right.
Yeah.
They have collaborated together.
Yeah.
So yeah, I love it. I think his is called the Dart. I think. Dark Knight.
Might be. Yeah. I was so mad, so very mad when I lost that.
I'm like 3 minutes behind. I'm waiting for it to come up on the other screen.
Yeah. Okay, so you have the that's your knife. What else?
I do have my pen. I like to carry a pen on me. This is my Uzi pen here.
Okay, very nice.
Just as a backup to the backup.
Yeah. So is it just a pen or what is it?
Actually, so here it has a crown. They call this the DNA collector.
Okay.
And then in the crown, because I am a prepper mindset.
Mm-hmm.
There's a handcuff key.
Okay. Cool.
So,
very nice. And where what does something like this cost?
This one was like $16.
Okay.
This one was I got it off of Amazon.
Okay.
And it uses your regular refills here.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have like a knife in it where you can twist it, pull it out, and then have like a 3-inch, jib jab, little knife in it.
This is solid, man. So you could pretty much, if you had to, as a last ditch effort, with this is solid.
Mm-hmm.
It's not gonna bow, break, bend, flex, snap.
Yeah, very cool. Okay, I think you froze up a little bit. Okay, we got him back. All right, no, that's cool. Yeah, Richard is over there. Pebbles going at it. Okay, so what else? Is that it, or we got more stuff that you carry on you?
Yeah.
Do you have a light? What kind of light do you EDC? Do you EDC a light?
I recently lost my my Streamlight Micro, and I hadn't replaced it yet, so I don't really carry a light on me at this moment. But I used to carry the Streamlight Micro.
Okay, cool. Understood. All right, Tyvin, do you want to show us what you EDC without showing the gun?
I tried to hide it. Honestly, these last 3-4 months, I haven't carried anything.
Okay, but is that because you've been home or?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't carry keys, change, money, or anything. I would suggest this, Ronald, with EDCs and stuff. I do it when I'm at work, but I don't do it at home. I always wear a belt, and on the back of the belt, like right where your kidneys are at, it'd have like a little lip in it, and I'd put like a $5 or a $10 bill in each side. That way, if you ever got mugged, you've got $10-15 to get you something to eat, make a phone call, things like that. But I'll be honest with you, I'm at the house. I've got guns everywhere.
Yeah.
I've been like really pleasantly just hanging out. Like I said, I don't carry a wallet. I don't wear watches. I don't wear jewelry.
Okay.
You know,
Is that how you got?
real
Is that how
nice.
you got so skinny? Because I noticed you've been getting all this home rest, which typically makes people bigger. How did you get skinnier?
You know what? I've actually lost 3 pounds.
is
I really
that
have.
just from like the surgery and stuff like that, or?
Kinda, sorta.
Okay.
You know, it's just when I went into the Army, I had to wear a log chain just to meet the weight requirement. So, I mean, that's a true story.
Yeah, just
But I've
genetic
always
skinniness.
yeah, I've always been between a certain weight and plus and minus 5 pounds either way. I've been like this. You know, my grandpa was this size. My dad's, tall, but he's thin. It's just the way it is.
Okay. All right.
Got a lot more gray right there. That's what I'm really mad about.
Yeah, we all do, man. We all do. It's
You know, here's what's a real funny thing about Hank. When I went in to do the surgery, real quick story. I went in to do the surgery and everything, and they said, "Hey, we need to do a stress test, and we need to do this breathing test." And I'm like, "What? What are you doing there? I'm having shoulder surgery." Well, we need to make sure you'll survive the surgery. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm 48 years old. If they got to do that just to make sure you survive the surgery under anesthetic and stuff, it's like, oh my, it was an eye opener. I was like, oh my God, I'm old.
Well, remember when they start hitting you with those anesthetics, man, things don't function the way that they're supposed to.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
But it's been nice.
I had to do that when I had major surgery as well.
Really?
I had major stomach surgery a long time ago, and they put me through all that as well just to make sure. Because when any things like that, a lot of your stuff is getting shut down when you get hit with that. I mean, it's painful, as you know, right? You know, so they're shutting a lot of things down for a period of time, and they want to make sure that they'll be able to pull you out of that. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't been taking pain meds or anything for my shoulder, man. I've been eating Tylenol.
Oh, okay. Have you been? How many cigarettes have you been burning through a day, man? Does cherry wine allow you to smoke in the house?
Yeah. Hello. I have my designated areas. I'm down here in the man cave right now. This is my office, but
right.
I don't smoke any more than what I did driving the truck. It's usually 3/4 pack a day here and there, but it's been the same since I first started smoking.
When are you getting back to driving the truck?
I was hoping to go back today, but 2 weeks as of right now, depending on what the MRI says, if I have to have another surgery or not. So I'm looking at 2 weeks. I either go back to work or I'm not.
Okay, so quickly before we go to Richard with his EDC, from your perspective as a trucker, what's it looking like? Are you keeping in touch with other truckers out there?
Yes.
Is there still a lot of shipping going on?
Nope.
No? Oh, okay. So
nope, everything. It's just food stuff is not a problem. With the reefer units, they did away with all the driving regulations in your logbooks and electronic logs. You run and get the job done. So the food stuff is not going to be a problem. But like major manufacturers or whatever, and they're shutting their systems down or whatever, building stuff or whatever, you're not going to have too much going on. The docks are empty.
Lots of factories have shut down. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, like Amazon, Walmart, Amazon's looking for 100,000 people. And from what I was told, 60,000 of that was drivers. Because their stuffs went up. Now, FedEx is a worldwide company, and they've talked about how certain parts of their stuff is going to shut down because there's no demand, no need. Manufacturers are shutting down. But all seriousness, if truck stops, America stops. So if you're out and about and you're running around and all of a sudden you notice there's only like 1 or 2 trucks out there, you need to be aware, because if we ain't moving anything, you ain't doing anything.
Yeah, I did notice that. So, for example, when Lola and I were out, we've still seen trucks moving around, but I know factories are shutting down, and so there's certain things that are not getting produced. I mean, we can go deep down the rabbit hole on that. I think I heard that computers and stuff like that, which most of those come from China, prices are gonna go up on that, and those aren't getting manufactured. As a matter of fact, I went in, like Best Buy dropped prices on some laptops, and it's still in effect. So, and I know my son, his laptop is like on duct tape. So I went and got him one today from Best Buy, but I heard that prices might kick up there as well because at some point we're going to hit that wall where there's not new stuff coming in, and then the companies, like a lot of them, because they have stuff already in the sale papers, they're leaving the prices, but the new print, the new ads coming out, they're going to bump everything up. So if you don't need that, please don't go out there and buy it. I'm not trying to make anyone go out and buy anything, but yeah, we're going to notice some of these things coming into effect. So, for example, if you're a car guy, like I'm a car guy, and I've been waiting to see the Corvette C8s out there, and I know that they are out there.
They're closed down.
Yeah, they shut down the factory. There's no Corvette C8s getting made right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, here's a real quick Bible information.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you see in the grocery stores is between 3 to 5 days for perishable items.
Mm-hmm.
Non-perishable is usually about a month-ish that they keep on the shelves. Anything that's other related than consumable products is normally anywhere between a 1 month and 6 month supply in the U.S. So let's say we shut down for a month. They shut the whole nation down for 1 month. The food's still going to go because the way things are set in place, there's not going to be a food issue. But toilet paper might be in 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But they keep all that on supply, and it's rotated and it's ordered. We're a ship by need or ship by demand country.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, especially with computers, a lot of that stuff has been, computers have figured out the algorithm of a lot of that, but it's changed now. I don't think this is going to go on forever, and I'll tell you why. Most of the rest of the world needs to make stuff and sell it to us in order to exist. I know that's...
Well, heaven forbid you lose your cell phone for 4 days.
Right.
You know, they've got resorts now you can go to that they scramble the signal on your cell phone so you don't get service.
Yeah. By
and
the way,
they take it from you.
Right. The range is saying C8s are completely sold out, Hank, the entire production. They have been from... Yeah, C8s have been sold out from the beginning. Even the next-gen C8s coming out are already sold out.
I never want that.
They were...
I guess I'll just have to buy an Audi R8 then.
Yeah, I guess, man. I guess, you know.
Hey, what's up with the truck? Did you seriously order the truck, the electric truck?
The Cybertruck?
Yeah.
I put my $100 down. Hell yeah.
Did you?
If they make those things, I'm getting one. I'm doing it for the gun culture. I'm doing it for the gun culture. Yeah. I'm gonna be. I will get one. You know, people think I'm messing around. I will get one. Yeah, C8s have been pretty much sold out. Even the next whatever the upgrades coming out, even those people are putting in orders for. But the factories rolled out a bunch of cars, but the factories are shut down. Lots of factories are shutting down around the world, not just in America, but they are going to have to start back up because if people don't manufacture things and sell it to America, what happens?
Just remember, the car manufacturers are just assembly plants. There's 50 other businesses that supply that assembly plant.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm. Rubber, tires, aluminum, brake lines, radios, leather, glass.
Yeah. The range says flippers will sell them, Hank, but man, they're going to cost. I am not going to overpay for a C8. Not a Corvette.
I know where there's one sitting for sale, and it's not sold. I looked at it yesterday.
Oh, okay. So I want one that's all-wheel drive, which we're going to have to wait a little bit for the all-wheel drive ones to come out. But I'm not going to overpay. I would not overpay for a C8. It's a Corvette. So even though I think it's really cool, you drive it off the lot, you're losing a lot of value. It's a Corvette, people. It's not a 10%. Ferrari or a Lamborghini. just
10%.
They lose more money.
Yeah, it's more than 20. I think it's like 30% when you drive off the lot. But they're really cool cars. Just wait. We will eventually get through all of this, and there will be all the Corvette C8s that you could ever want in all the colors.
10% of every brand new car that's sold by GM goes directly to a union worker's retirement plan.
Oh, okay, awesome, good news. Okay, let's let Richard Hughes quickly get in his EDC. What's up?
If I don't touch it, can I show you it? Or do I have to show a picture of it?
No, you have to. We don't want to know anything about your gun, Richard Hughes.
Are you allowed to show toy guns?
Yeah, we can show toy guns. See, check it out. Boom. Toy guns, right here. These are toys, YouTube overlords. Toys. Right there. Okay, and Richard Hughes is showing you EDC. Oh, you're EDCing. You've got a special.
Oh, you posted that picture on Instagram.
Yeah, Richard. Yep. So you've got a special case for that's your EDC, Richard. Really?
That's correct.
5.7. Okay. I call shenanigans right there. That's not even.
Oh, I've been EDCing it.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Right. Okay. Fine. What else
I
other
want
than
visitation
that?
rights.
Well, the Ruger LCP2 or the Ruger LC9.
Mm-hmm. What's your knife here that you've got? What's this knife?
Kershaw Weston. I got like 4 or
nice.
5 of them because they're only $30 a piece.
Okay. All right. Cool. Okay.
Say that again.
Kershaw Weston.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Kershaw's cool. Kershaw's a cool.
Kershaw. Okay. Yeah.
Kershaw. Yeah.
This is the cheapest decent Kershaw.
Mm-hmm.
You can get better Kershaws for more money, but
is that aluminum, steel? What do we?
No, it's G10 on one side, steel on the other. It's not aluminum.
Okay.
Nice action.
Cool. What else? Do you have a light? Do you EDC carry a light, a tool, multi-tool?
No light.
Okay, so you only EDC a bird. Other than that, a gun, a knife, and a bird. That's what you EDC.
Yeah, the bird.
Yeah. Did you guys ever see? Let me see. What was it? Was it Iron Man 2 with what's his name? It was like, where's the Boyd?
A bird.
Where's my Boyd? I want my Boyd. What is the name of that guy? Oh man.
Ivan? I don't know. Is it Ivan?
I think
he played a good part.
Yeah, Ivan Chichenko.
It's not my bad.
Yeah. Where's my Boyd?
I got a quick question for Ronald since he's a guy and since Richard showed that knife. Would you recommend carrying a all-purpose knife like the one you just showed, or actually carrying just a straight blade knife?
Mm-hmm.
I actually forgot to mention this. My multi-tool, I carry this on me all the time. I always have a multi-tool on me.
What is this one?
This one is the Leatherman Wave.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Wave. Okay.
And it has bit drivers with it here. You can see that, like little bit drivers.
Yeah, very cool. Yep.
I do recommend carrying something like this because you have your straight edge tool here, knife, and then you have your serrated if you need to cut rope or anything like that. So I'll say you being a truck driver, most definitely you would definitely benefit from this. And then also you have your saw. And I've used this a few times, the knife here, the file to sharpen my other blade, like.
Because we're always fixing trailer lights and stuff. That's why I carry a regular leather.
You never know what's going to happen on the road. By the way, the range said this. Let me get this in here. The range said, for anyone interested, that Kershaw Richard showed is model number 3460. Called the Weston. There you go. That's from the range. Thank you, the range. There you go. Awesome.
Sorry, Rich. I didn't mean to be rude. I had to ask a quick question.
No. That was a good question. Very cool. Let's see. What else? Is something else coming out, Ronald, from the EDC? I know that was all that Richard carries. He doesn't carry a light or anything like that. I recommend everyone carry a light. Come on.
Well, with this dome, I don't need a light.
Olight makes.
I didn't say that.
Yeah. Okay. Olight makes cheap lights. This is the I think this is the H1R Nova from Olight. And if you go to hankstrange.com, there's like a link for Olight and all that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to sell you guys on it, but this is I've had this for a few years, and it's like rechargeable by USB and all that kind of stuff, and clips on my shirt, clips on my pants, my pants pocket, and everything. Have some kind of light on you. I think that really helps. Every day, you're more likely to use your light, your knife, and things like that. Every day. Hopefully, you never have to use your firearm, but you should also have that on you. Always have like backup magazines. That's one of the things. I don't know where you're at on that, Ronald. I always got backup magazines.
Oh yeah, I always have my backup magazine here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Absolutely. So.
I have one more question for him. Did you get a chance?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. Hey, I know like inner city, urban areas, whatever, right? Or EDC is cool and everything. But if you're a frequent, like on the ranch or outside a rural area, would you recommend a small pair of binoculars for like your everyday EDC stuff like that?
Oh yeah. So that's one of the things that I like to talk about. Actually, I had this is my actual first book here. The Quick Guide to Everyday Carry for
Hold it up again.
Self-Defense.
Hold it up again. I just switched full screen to you, so let's give the guy. Okay, so they can also find this on your website, right?
Yes, they can
Okay.
find that on the website and information there.
Mm-hmm.
www.theedcguide.com. So for everybody, the EDC concept is very dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
So what works for me and what I carry on me one day, you're going to be different than, like, let's say Lola, who's in the medical industry.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to carry something different on her.
Mm-hmm.
Like a nurse, they'll have like a tinier flashlight, their stethoscope and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you as a truck driver, you might have that trucker's tool. You might have to carry like an axe with you, a small axe. You never know, and some other major tools. And definitely, if you're on a ranch, I would recommend to have a pair of binoculars so you can see. You enhance your ability to see from far distances. So if I'm home, my everyday carry is going to be different than when I go to work, than when I go to, church or, things like that.
Yeah.
Is that broke down in that first book, like lifestyles, EDC? You broke it down like one person for one area or one scenario. Is it broke down like that in that book?
Right. I go over it briefly. I don't get too much into it because this is like a brief introduction, and then, it's like a huge rabbit hole, like,
Oh, yeah.
of different things. So
Yeah.
just to not blow somebody's mind, the average, everyday, simple person, I just slightly gloss over it. There's going to be another volume later down the road.
And it like you said, it depends on who you are, where you are, the laws of where you are. Like, do you live in a city? And cities are different. Like Miami is a completely different city from New York City, or from LA or whatever. Being a truck driver, Tyvin, you probably have more substantial tools, right? Because
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so you probably have probably several lights and probably some really powerful lights at that,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Do you? Because I know obviously you would have a CB radio. Do you carry like a backup, two-way radio or something like that when you're on the road, or how does that work? Or is it just the
What-
phone?
Well, my situation is a little unique. My CB is also a hand operator.
Mm-hmm.
I got a Galaxy 99, so I've got
Mhm.
11 meter and 10 meter band.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can flip through thousands and thousands of channels. But, we got our side toolboxes. I carry a tire tool. If we blow a tire and I got a hazmat, you can't get down the road with a blown tire. So, keep a hacksaw, penknife, cut that tire off or pop that tire off. I carry a chunk of wood. I can't carry a jack. Well, if you put the wood right there and then you pull up on the wood, if it's a blowed outside tire, well, then that loosens that outside one out that you can pop off, throw it in the trailer, and keep going. Chunks of woods, lights. We call them a thumper. We can't carry like a baseball bat because that's considered a weapon. But
So you can't carry a big jack because what they would consider that to be a weapon?
Well, no, I said a baseball bat.
Oh, you can't
But,
carry a baseball bat. Okay.
Right,
All
like a full-size baseball bat. That
Okay.
would be considered a weapon. Well, you can get the smaller version. It's called
Right,
a tire thumper.
Okay.
But the jack, like for me to carry a jack, that's an extra 300 pounds you got to carry in a truck. Well, your job is to move freight, not weigh extra and cause more fuel economy. So, I'm limited.
Yeah.
But I know guys that
By the
carry
way,
full
check
scuba equipment.
out Pebbles right here. The range says Pebbles is spoiled. Awesome. Look at that. Pebbles getting a back rub. What the hell? Seriously, Pebbles. What was all this? So
He carries bird seed in his pocket.
this is a spoiled bird. This boy is very spoiled. this Boyd.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, there's people that carry certain things in there. I've seen guys carry full scuba equipment and stuff.
Mhm.
But I'm a disabled veteran. I've got a cold weather injury, so I carry extra boots, extra gloves, extra pants. I carry an extra sleeping bag.
Mhm.
If I'm out in Wyoming and it's minus 20 degrees and I run off the road and it's snowing so hard you can't see 30 foot in front of you, and the truck's not running, well, you got to survive. I carry a coffee can with sand and a bottle of rubbing alcohol. If something happens, I can dump that rubbing alcohol into sand and light it, and I've got heat. So I've had to go to some extremes on a few things, but most of it's just common sense and survival stuff. We can't carry a gun in the truck, so that's protection. That's survival.
Yeah.
You
Go
can
ahead.
carry black powder, right?
No comment.
Yeah. I was gonna say some guys have flare guns. Someone was talking about this recently.
Yeah.
The flare gun.
There's certain things you can get away with, but
carry a bow and arrow, crossbow.
I know nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
It also depends on your job, what you're doing. I run terminal, so I'm not like out in society and going down back streets and going into docks, at 2:00 in the morning in a bad neighborhood, or I don't do that. My job doesn't require me to do those kind of things.
Okay, very
I'm
good.
I'm in a gated community every time I go to bed, so.
Okay, awesome. Did you want to add something, Ronald? I don't know. Can you hear me? I don't know if Ronald could hear me. Oh.
Yeah, I could hear you.
Yeah.
I could hear you.
Oh, okay. Let's see here. There was another. I'm trying to see. There was another.
He looks well manicured right there. I bet you he carries some beard oil and stuff in there as part of his EDC.
All right. Did you hear that question, Ronald? Yeah. Do you have beard? Do you have beard EDC?
I look well manicured.
Yeah. Okay. He's
No. Do I have EDC? It's breaking up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah. I think you're kind of good right now. Len Holt says trucker EDC video. So there you go, Tyven. That would be a good video idea for you to do right there. Trucker EDC.
Yes.
I think the folks would like to see that.
Oh yeah.
Armament and Axis says crossbows take too long to reload. So there you go. And he also says he has mini binoculars in his car. And then Len Holt says, I keep a monocular in my vehicle. There you go. That's good, as always. Listen, and depending on the magnification, for example, this is the retro optic from Barnauls, right? And this is a 4x20. Something like that might, that's kind of small.
There you go, Hank.
Flip that.
You're pimping Barnauls.
Yeah, shout out to Barnauls. Yep, we had Roy from Barnauls on yesterday, as well as we had Mr. Guns and Gear on yesterday's show. So if you didn't see yesterday's show, go check it out. Guns and Gear, Roy from Barnauls, and then we had Javier from HTX Tactical in Texas. So that was actually pretty great. I'm gonna tell you guys a little secret right now. Tomorrow we have John Hickok on the show.
Yeah.
John,
the son, right?
John Hickok. Yeah, Big John. Big John's coming on the show. What?
That's awesome.
You guys are the first to know. We haven't really told anyone that. That's what's going on tomorrow. Big
you
John,
have the old man or the son?
Big John is Hickok's son. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Big John will be on the show.
Big John. You gotta play that song.
Yeah, I've known him for a little while. He's a cool dude. He's coming on the show, so that I think that would be cool. Tomorrow will be a great show. If you guys aren't here, man, you're gonna miss it live. You're gonna miss your chance to ask questions and stuff like that. Although I'm sure for the fans of Big John and Hickok, you guys follow them and all that. But he will be on the show, hanging out with us. I don't know if you guys know this. He's a comedian. He's a full-fledged comedian amongst other things.
But he plays guitar.
Yeah, he plays music. He does a lot of cool stuff. He rides big badass bikes. He's into cars, all that kind of. We're gonna get into all of that tomorrow.
He's a special force dude, wasn't he? Green Beret or something. The boy was.
Oh, I don't think. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out tomorrow. We can ask him. So that's something that I don't know. I've never heard that. But Big John's cool. He will be here. He'll be, I'm sure, answering questions and stuff like that from everyone. So, John Voorhees says, awesome to have John Hickok 45 on tomorrow. Yep, he will be on. So there you go. What's up?
Thanks for having me on here with Ronald and EDC stuff, man. I appreciate it. I got some questions in, so thank you.
No, it was good seeing
Lola,
you.
by the way, back here in the back.
Yeah, absolutely. It was good seeing you again. Let's start wrapping it up because we're at the 9 o'clock hour. I'm probably going to start. I'm gonna go with Richard Hughes and Pebbles right now. Richard, how can the folks out there follow you, support you, etc.?
Well, flyingrich.com, Flying Rich Official on Instagram, and of course, Flying Rich on YouTube. So youtube.com/Flying Rich, and he's Pebbles Bird on Instagram.
Absolutely. There you go. What about you, Tyven? How can the folks keep up with you?
I appreciate it. We're doing some work out in the garage. We're pushing some stuff over on Instagram, HC Tyven, and then also YouTube, The Tyven Show. Been down. Give me some time, guys. I apologize, but I'll be back up. And thanks again for letting me come on. It's been a while. Thanks to Lola. And Ronald, sir, it was an honor to meet you, sir, and ask some questions. So thank you so kindly.
Yeah, always good having you on. Always good having you on, Tyven, and we know you support us here. Okay, last but not least, let's go to Ronald, the EDC guy. Thanks for coming on. Just one last time, give the folks out there the pitch for the book. How can they follow you? How can they buy this book, etc.?
Okay, Erica's Big Day. It's about a little girl who's a superhero who goes and saves her friends, teach them what to do in the event they stumble on an unintended firearm, and she wants them to make it to their big day.
Yeah, show us the book if you can. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, here, you can look at my shirt. All right.
Okay.
All right, so you can go to www.ericasbigday.com. You can also follow me at the EDC guy 073. And, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Also, Erica has her own Instagram page, Erica Safely. She'll pop right up, and that's it.
Awesome, very cool. All right, I want to thank everyone for hanging out with us. I know, like there's some people saying there's some weird stuff going on with notifications and stuff like that. But we're usually here. We're usually here 7 to 9. And I put out stuff on social media, so try to follow us on social media. We have been shut down on our regular Facebook, so I made a new Facebook. It's hankstrange.com, the .com all written out. If you go on Facebook, if you're looking for it, if you guys will follow that, I appreciate it. I am going to drop the end here. Everyone sit tight right there. What is that you're showing? What are you showing?
This is my Gladiator Guns Ranger band here.
Okay, cool.
Gladiator sticks.
Oh, okay. Very cool. Let me drop the end. Everyone sit tight. All right, make sure that you thumbs up. All right, make sure you comment here on the video. Also, ring the bell to follow us. Follow us on social media and all that kind of good stuff. We are also, we strip out the audio of this and we put it up on iTunes, Podbean, all the places that you get your audio podcasts from. As I always say, go to hankstrange.com, sign up for the email list, go to Lola's deals. She's got daily deals and all kinds of good stuff in there. If you're looking to get the merch that we have, it's on Ballistic Ink, and that helps support the show, pay for the bills around here. Okay, any last words from anyone before I press the button? Thanks to everyone out there. Smash the thumbs ups, whoever's still in here. Who's got something to say?
I'm good. Go ahead. I'll ask you after.
Yeah, absolutely. Ronald, you got something?
Heavy Metal Lifestyle 223. Go. He's a business partner. He's on the team. Just go and support him as well.
Awesome. Very cool. Richard?
Be safe out there.
Yep. Big John tomorrow, so make sure you guys join us. We're out of here. Peace.
Bye, Pebble.